air bubbles or something, or air, they would have probably been easily to move. Probably hard to damage, but easily to move. Cartilage is a lot harder to break than bone is, so.
Which also means that it would take less energy for them to move themselves quickly.
Yeah, that's true. And the way you described the lighting, I would have to think, at least in the first ship, that their eyes are, cause especially being as big as they must come from a dimmer, maybe from a red star or something like that, because the way you describe the lighting gives me a sense of, it's fine for them, but it's dim for us.
Yeah, one of the investigators speculated that the size of their eyes suggests that they're normally in a dimmer light, but it was dim in there, and the light that was on above the table was the only fixture. The light in the hallway just seemed to come from the ceiling. There wasn't fixtures. It was just kind of like a glowing surface.
It's kind of weird.
Bright though.
I'd love to get my hands on whatever they use to make that light. Maybe it's weaved into the walls or something. Everybody tells me that too. It freaks me out a little.
So you've heard that before, huh?
Yeah. Well, yeah. A lot of actually, what's strange, especially talking to you in person, because I feel more comfortable asking you these questions. I can read anything on the internet, but I'd rather hear it from your own mouth. It's a good chunk, and I don't want to say everything by any means, but a good chunk of what you said I've actually heard before, not just one time, but many times. See, we actually keep a database these days, and we do what we call abduction criteria for specific types of aliens that there's been lots of contact, or seems to be lots of contact of. And a lot of what you're saying has been documented from other people as well, and it's just weird just hearing it from your own voice. I guess I've never heard you really talk about it in depth in interviews before, and because I know a lot of the interviews are just fluff questions, or asking you the same thing 50 million times, but I just like hearing it for myself, and it's got me thinking about some other stuff. But yeah, anything like that, Travis, in the future, anything, when you got anything new come out, just let us know. We'll post it up to the website. It's not a problem, man. Any way we can help on that. If I can find out anything about that guy, I'll let you know about it, because it's got me kind of thinking about it as well. And it's really, listening to you talk about this, I just get the sense that even today you would rather not talk about this if you didn't have to.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, no, I don't blame you. I mean, there's stuff. I get faulted all the time because I'm an experiencer, and I rarely talk about my personal experiences on the air, and I rarely do. And it is because sometimes I get quite emotional about it. And I can. It's like a sense, or maybe I can hear it in your voice, or I can sense it, but I can tell it's still there even after all this time. And of course, that's just more convincing in your favor, though. That just tells me that yes, it's just even 35 years later still bothers the living hell out of you. Which I feel for you for, but as far as the research part of it goes, it just helps everybody to understand what's going on. Guys, I suggest everybody out there, remember it's TravisWalton.com. You should go out and get the revised version of the book. Check it out, read it. If you haven't read Fire in the Sky, you really should read it. It is a really good book. Whether you believe Travis or not, I will tell you this. You will enjoy the book either way. Okay? The movie, I haven't really ever heard anybody that didn't like the movie. People bitched because it wasn't true to the book, but I've never heard anybody say they really didn't like the movie. So I would tell you to go and see the movie, too. And if you're going to bug Travis, bug him with something that's, important.
Yeah, people can write to me through the website if they have questions. But I'd prefer that it be something that wasn't covered in the book. I don't have time to tell the story all over again in emails, but if they think of something that wasn't in the book, I'll be happy to answer questions.
Well, you got a real nice summary on your site. It's really nice. It's broke down in 5 parts, and it's really easy to understand. I know it's compressed, compared to the book, but I mean, it is there for people. That's a thing you can do, ladies and gentlemen. You can go over to Travis's site. You can look for it. You're going to see it. It's 5 parts. It's easy to read. And it'll give you a good sense of what you're going to get in the book. You're not going to get everything, mind you, but it'll give you a good sense of what you can expect to see in the book. And I'm telling you, you're going to actually really enjoy it. I'd go out and get it. It maybe even help you to understand what's happened to some other people out there. Have you ever met Whitley Strieber?
Yeah, I have.
How'd y'all got along okay? Or
yeah. I think we had breakfast together at one time.
Well, I'd have loved to get a picture of that, you and Whitley together. Oh, Lord. Any sense of he might have been telling the truth or fudging it, or?
No.
I was just asking.
One thing that I have, I began this interview telling you about my quote of Emerson, condemnation without investigation.
Yeah.
But I also said that I haven't looked into any other cases. So on that basis, I will never, pass judgment on anybody else's case because I haven't investigated it.
No, I don't blame you. I was just asking because I know a lot of people who meet with me. I get really mixed reviews on him. Some really excellent, some not so. And I was just trying to get a feeling of who he is because I've actually met him twice, but I've never had a chance to really sit down and do a long interview with him. I met him out in Walton, as a matter of fact. And he's a really nice guy, and he's very approachable.
Yeah, I don't have anything negative to say about him.
Yeah, I mean, he was really polite to me, and he took the time to talk with us, which is a nice thing right off the bat, which is a really good thing. But, Travis, you've been fantastic tonight. Again, tell them where the book is. We still got about 6 or 7 minutes, but I want to make sure we get you all plugged in here.
Yeah. Well, yeah. The book will be available before Christmas through the website, traviswalton.com.
But guys, get out there and get it. One more quick question. I know we got a couple minutes, and I didn't want to forget about this one. Now, you're going through it. You're thinking about all this, and it's going through your mind. You're in the hallways. You're moving along. I know you said the first couple of doors you just passed by, which I don't blame you. You probably didn't even want to know what was in there. Any time during the time, did you think there might have been other humans on board with you, or?
Well, I don't know. I just don't know. I've been asked that question. Especially since in the movie they had, other.
Oh yeah, I remember that part. Yeah.
But I don't know.
Yeah, because I was curious. Because I know you said because you just went by him and then you went into that room and then it kind of moved forward from that point. You got any sense? Do you think the three left because you were mad, or just because they didn't want to deal with it, feared for harm, or?
Maybe they sensed what I was about to do. I was about to sort of attack. I wasn't really going to hurt them. I was just going to sort of try to fight my way past them to get to the door. But I don't know. Maybe it was just because I was, about to break down or something. I don't know.
No. I can definitely understand that. I mean, I really can. You gotta, it's just an intense feeling all the way around. Like I say, the simple fact that you come in, I don't want to tell you this again, simple fact that you come on and talk about this, I really personally appreciate, because it will help other people that hear these interviews, if they have had something happen, it will help them to come forward.
Well, there's been a feeling with me all along from the start that, there's been so many times that I said, this may be the last interview I ever do on this,
Yeah, and I can't understand that.
Someday this may be a time that I just won't talk about it anymore. But I keep thinking that's going to be soon, but it hasn't happened yet.
Kids, grandkids?
Yep, I got kids and grandkids.
They okay with it? They don't think Papa done lost his mind or nothing?
No, they're all okay with it.
Yeah, because, it's weird because families seem to be okay with it. But your family knows your character and they know who you are, too, so.
Yeah, that's important. How I am in terms of everyday things. I'm the kind of person that my friends and relatives ask for advice. They respect my judgment. I'm a down-to-earth, rational sort of person. It's just, a normal person had an extraordinary experience.
And it's definitely an extraordinary experience.
The experience is weird. I'm not.
Well, that's a good point, actually. People need to remember that the experience is weird. I'll have to remember that. Kraft, I'll be quoting you one of these days. One more thing, and then I'm going to let you get out of here. For you personally, I know I wouldn't chalk this up as a totally positive experience in any shape, form, or fashion, but for you, for the lifelong, because you've had time to deal with this and live with it over the last 30 years or so, have you taken anything away from it? Have you learned something from it?
I've learned a tremendous amount about human nature. I've gained a lot of insight. But at a cost price.
Yeah.
So in trying to cope with anything, you try to look for the good in it and try to look on the bright side. But nevertheless, I still wish it never happened.
I can't blame you for that, man. I really can't. Again, Travis, I want to tell you thank you, man. You were fantastic tonight. I loved having you on. Anytime you ever want to chat or talk about anything, or you got anything you want to get out in the open, just let me know. I'd love to have you on the show. You were fantastic.
I'll do it. You're a great interviewer.
Oh, I enjoyed this. These things, to me, are close to my heart. I thoroughly enjoyed this. Again, I want to tell you thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope everyone enjoyed the interview. It will be archived in about 20 minutes if you missed it or you came in late, and you can go up and check out the archive, and yes, the archives are still free, so you better get them while they are. That's all I can tell you. Next week, David Schrader's on next week. Actually, it's a pre-record. Y'all can check it out. It's a really good interview. We're talking about underground facilities. Actually, we're talking about some not far from where Travis is at. On that note, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get out of here. I hope everybody enjoys their Thanksgiving. Have some great holidays. Enjoy this long weekend. Be safe, and I'll see y'all next Wednesday. Good night.